So beautiful. So I wanted to share my experience with the rhodonite Yoni eggs. It's been phenomenal. So I have two different ones that I got on my trip from Cairns, and they're both so unique. It's incredible. Like I was just the energy that both of them have. Like one's so much softer but more focused, and the other one's um yeah, it's um specific. However, it's like liquid chocolate basically. So it's just two different types of healings that I experienced. So when I used it in Cairns, the darker one, she basically, because I'd placed it with the intention of love, and rhodonite is this beautiful, supreme emotional healer, cleanser, balancer, and so I just felt this surge of love, like, and I felt this beautiful um, sense of not needing people or attachment. It was this beautiful clearing, like of all these chords where I felt like I was centered and grounded in my own, and felt this strength and this detachment, which was beautiful. It was just this magical essence of I am here and I'm with me, and if I wanted to connect with the person I could, but I didn't have that intensity of missing or needing to talk or want to be with that person or people, if that makes sense. I just felt the serenity, this calmness within, just spiraling and bubbling. And I woke up a few times that night to go to the toilet, and in this different state where I just felt like on a sort of a love cloud bubble where I just, zone in and then, sort of zone back into sleep. So, plus with the full moon energy coming as well, oh my god, it was, yeah, it was just crazy. So, yeah, so talking about full moon, so the lighter one, oh my gosh, she is so powerful. I feel also because I placed it in the full moon for a cleanse, when I placed it inside, it just went whoosh. Because the intention that I'd put for it was not love for this one though, so that could also be the difference. For me, it was whatever energy you feel I need to heal and release, and so Rodent is also for unrequited love, and yeah, because I invest so much in relationships and give so much of myself, and so many times I haven't received it, but I've kept giving till I've completely emptied my cup and more till the reserve, that I can't function stably, and I actually have to disconnect from those relationships to reconnect back into myself. So yesterday I had sort of 2 hours of deep, like, fetal crying with her because I just had so much grief come up, and then today morning I had anger come up, but also I haven't slept properly, so I was really on edge, and I felt I needed the rest, but I also thought I could push on with my masculine side and disconnect from needing sleep. And so my day just unfolded in a very spidery way. Like I shoulda, woulda, la la la. That's a whole other, yeah. You know what? It happened. It is what it is. I am where I am. So yeah. So she's just so powerful and magic, and it just shows that amazing difference when you place the yoni egg with an intention, and when you place it where you like do your magic, do your work. Like I remember when I had to say goodbye to this beautiful, oh my god, she's such a beautiful rose quartz. Like I just love her so much. She's so special to me. And when we had a conversation, it was time for me to let go because it was for someone else's healing journey. And that night she just gave me so much love, this intensive boost of love. Like all my cells, every part of me was just vibrating with love. I was just on a different cloud. It was like our way of saying goodbye to each other, and just yeah, it's like infusing into one another, and her releasing her magic, and her going on her other journey. So letting her, oh, I miss her sometimes. Um, yeah, letting her do her own thing with me, and me being in a place where I had to, once she'd done all her magic, she just would not go back inside of me. So I had to, it was my lesson to let go, And that has been most of last year, was letting go, detaching from people. And it's been amazing to the point of only missing them a certain time where I feel I need to talk to them. And I have a very small community of people, so the people I interact with are limited but quality people. And that's also something I'm feeling a shift in the sense of giving more back to the community and healing and harnessing that energy within me and radiating it out to others, which this is one way for me to do it. So, and yeah, many others will appear, as they always do with this beautiful universe as it is. So, that's my journey with my beautiful rhodonite babies, which are protected and blessed, and now I'll smudge them. And yeah, I wash them with running warm water and then cool water, not too hot, like just warm enough that I just feel it, and then the cold water. And then sometimes with some of them I use salt water as well, like Himalayan salt, and I just give it a rub, because sometimes it's got this just energetically you just need to cleanse it. And I placed them all in the full moon yesterday, the night before, and a few of my other ones yesterday. So yeah, and that cleanses it beautifully, because the Yoni and the feminine energy is so linked with the full moon and her goddess and her spirit, her delicious spirit, her strength, her friskiness, her craziness, her calmness, her serenity. She has all these beautiful moods and sides to her which are present in all of us. So yeah, so placing her under her light, or swimming or bathing in her, or meditating in her, is just always a delicious combination. And I found the sunstone I put under the sun and the moon, and I found a difference in the energies when I place her inside as well. So yeah, this was mainly for rhodonite, and it's got beautiful properties for health and liver, and yeah, it's just beautiful cleanser. So if you feel like you need emotional cleansing, especially from relationships where you feel like you've given too much, which a lot of women are guilty of, because we just want to love them so much, like to the depth and essence that we want them to love us. Our comes full circle, whether it's like you have to love yourself and fill your cup, and being in that place that you're worthy of asking the partner for what you want. Because I know in a lot of my relationships, my throat and not speaking up that, hey, my needs are not being met, and I don't feel fulfilled or nourished, or I just feel I give so much of myself. And I know the masculine's on a mission, etc. I completely understand that part. I also understand that if you give so much of your life force energy to them, and you're sustaining yourself with your own life force energy, completely different, because then you still feel nourished and balanced. However, there's this magical dance where you're giving and receiving, and when you feel nourished in that space, apart from just your self-nourishment, it opens up to a different gate, where another feeling where you just feel like you're being held, where you don't feel like you have to ask spirits or guidance to help you when you're in that space with that person, because you want to pour into one another. And yes, fill your cup, but you also, while you're filling theirs, you also want to be filled yourself. So yeah, so it's It's a beautiful dance of learning about relationships, and yeah, I'm constantly learning. That's my journey, which I've learned over time. And yeah, you're deliciously unapologetically you. So if the person has entered that space with you and wants to be your friend, or whatever context or relationship it is, then it's honoring. Like, if you honor them, you would like that back, not expected, but held in that space where it's unspoken but respected. And yeah, so I wandered off, as the beautiful feminine energy does sometimes, with starting with rhodonite Yoni crystals to here. And yeah, so that's me. La la la. Love yourself, be gentle, and yeah, if I'll make a few other videos about different uni and my experience. And after rose quartz, rhodonite's actually been the one that I felt the most love with, because I don't have a rose quartz at the moment because I haven't found the one that I'm looking for. So when I find her, I will. In the meantime, I'm enjoying what the other ones are doing for me, the other healings that they're giving me. So yeah, I just feel rhodonite special because I haven't felt that love energy from the other ones that I've felt with rose quartz to that intensity. And the love that I felt with rhodonite was different as well, as I explained, the detachment. And so yeah, so before you place your yoni egg inside, place the intention. And if you don't want a specific intention and want her to do her magical work, then just say so to it, or just place her in and see what magic unravels. And it's just so beautiful as women to experience this and to have come across this, because I feel it's such a blessing for women to heal what is going inside, to feel that strength, to feel that cleansing energy of what has happened inside. Because the beautiful thing about rhodonite is also, if you've had a violent experience with someone, it helps cleanse that energy out. And we don't realize that when the male enters. Well, we do, but like for me, it was a different journey to understand this, is that every male that has entered you, or you've thought of entering, or have felt that lust or love, or that energy, that exchange of that kundalini, or just that root chakra energy, the cord is inside. And yeah, so this crystal was so beautiful in releasing trauma. And she's just, it's just magical, I feel, for women, because every male has a different energetic blueprint, and every time we've made love, it's with a different intention. Like the first time, or the curiosity or the scaredness, or whatever situation it was for that person, I didn't realize how much was in there till I started cleansing it. And the more I cleansed her and saged her, like there's also yoni steams, which you do with herbs. And I know in our culture in Kenya, we used to, after giving birth, they used to do hot coals, because your body has just given birth to something. So to something. To a beautiful angel. So there's all that space left inside, because there's so much air and so many elements which are not balanced inside, because there's a vacuum. So they used to spread their legs over it and then let all that heat and the whatever they chose to put inside of it help cleanse all inside the womb, to release that whole. And I also feel it's also to honor that whole experience you've gone through, because I really miss doing that when I gave birth to Aragon, because it's a ceremony, it's a sacred ritual where because women come together and you're all honoring what the woman's gone through, and then you're also honoring the yoni and the magic that she's just delivered, and then cleansing her for the new journey of you as your mother. as your motherhood takes over from like the baby being inside to outside. So it's a beautiful transition, and I now feel so blessed to be a woman. For so long being a tomboy, I felt this discord with, I was just like, why is it, I used to go through this phase of why is it so hard to be a woman, but now I feel, wow, look at the strength of me, look at the strength of all these goddesses, all these gorgeous, magnificent women which are doing or being or living or breathing these beautiful lives, and just honoring Mother Earth and just feeling the connection. I feel so grounded in her, and when I'm not grounded, I feel disconnect, and I feel a different energy or a different essence of me. So yeah, so Mother Gaia has, or Prithvi, or whichever label, has just helped me feel that essence and strength of being a woman, and seeing that I don't need to be a masculine in this lifetime fully. I could harness him when I want to be focused, or I don't. I'm still learning about the dynamics, because sometimes I love harnessing him, and because I go into a different space, and I feel like every situation has a different element. Sometimes you can do it with the mental focus of the feminine, and sometimes just having that masculine focus is a different thing. So it's just playing around with the both. And I've met gorgeous women when I went to USA, which held these amazing businesses, Sharon Letcher, and there were some other phenomenal women. And they were harnessing all that energy though from their feminine, completely building the business and looking at things through their feminine, and I was amazed to watch it, that strength of that feminine, because I haven't seen much of that. I've seen more that masculine women, but seeing that feminine energy harness was just, it was so beautiful to watch. So I feel as women, the more we come together and heal ourselves, we help heal other women, and the path becomes more clear and clearer till we can completely honor and speak up for ourselves. And yeah, when it's time, it's time. So many blessings.